Hello and welcome to episode 8 of our Timberborn Waterbeaver Update 5 playthrough, Cycle 8, Day 2, here in our town. And we have a little bit of a problem on our hands. Let's hit pause real quick. We only have 14 food and 20 water at the, well, near the beginning of this cycle. We probably have at least another 10 days left before either a drought or a bad tide assails us once again. And the reason that's a problem is because, let's take a look here, we have 102 beavers. And we only have, let's count them, 8 water pumps. And if you remember from our billboard adventures, which one of these is the, okay, well, I don't know which one it is. Die of thirst. How not to die of thirst. Know your math. One of these is good for, say it with me, kids, 20 beavers. Oh, well, you say, you have enough because you have 8 and you only have 102 beavers. Wrong. As we learned in the in the comments previously, the beavers aren't the only thing that consume water. We have mushroom growers consume water. We have the library. Well, it's currently paused, but it consumes water. All the cooking stuff, well, some of it consumes water. We have these irrigation lodges. They consume water. So many processes consume water that it's a huge problem when we don't have enough water coming in. So in reality, we probably need a couple more of these pumps just to break even and have the security for these long droughts, long bad tides coming in. So we got to get on that. But we also have the food problem because all of our crops died during the bad tide, and now we don't have the luxury of backstock because, well, we ate all of it. And all of this rice is going to take a really long time to grow. And because we don't have stairs here, because I had to take them out so the beavers wouldn't poison themselves during the bad tide that we recently had, they can't get down here to plant any more rice or harvest it. So it's a little bit of a problem. All this rice is dead. Like you might say, oh, well, they got rice there. No. This is all dead. This is still alive, and this is still alive, and it's growing, but it's going to take another 8 days before we can even harvest it. And our cabbage situation is quite bad. Right now I have the rice ball production paused. We probably should go ahead and unpause that. I was trying not to use all of our water, but we do currently have enough rice to make a sizable amount of rice balls, and the salt as well. The problem is the water, and we kind of can't pump it fast enough. Take a look at our well-being here. We do have some beavers that are thirsty. That problem won't be lasting forever, but we really need to get going on getting some other stuff in place. I'm gonna proceed at 1 times speed. See if we can manage to correct our wrongs in some way, shape, or form. So at least we have that going for us. And then we also have the mushroom grower, which has been a hot debate topic in our comments section between the slow or the fast. Yes, I am aware that the slow method uses vastly more water, but for a long time we didn't have enough sawdust. I'm going to go ahead and switch this back, though, over here to the sawdust. We didn't have enough sawdust because we weren't making enough, because we didn't have enough beavers to do things, but now we have all these extra beavers, so I can actually have all 5 of these guys just making sawdust at the log gnawing station. We have the rudimentary sawmill making planks, which is good. But now the problem we're running into is I, in my infinite wisdom, massive sarcasm here, made all these plank tanks. And I said, you know, it's going to be so great. We're going to have so much water storage. And now I'm pretty sure all of these actually have all their planks supplied. But yeah, this pine resin, 0 out of 6, that's a problem. Because we have pretty much picked this completely clean, except for maybe no, okay, this is all gone. Except for this one tree. We don't have enough pine resin to actually finish building all of our water storage. So now we can only hold 480 water, which is pretty much just 2 days worth of water for beavers only, not counting any production. That's a problem. So what I'm going to do, this gatherer flag, we're going to unpause. And we're going to get them gathering the chestnuts and stuff here like they're supposed to be, but we're also going to come in with a tapper's flag. And I'm going to pop that right there. And they're going to be able to get at least something from these pine trees. Pretty much just right here. And that will help us build all these plank tanks so we have storage space. The other thing we can do is we have these extra unoccupied beds. And we have this pit and ladder lodge that I've been wanting to get rid of anyway. So I'm just going to, go ahead and get rid of that. That takes us down to dead even. And then I'm going to do it again, because we don't want to be growing our population any at all. So instead, that's going to give us some pine resin that we can use right now to get those tanks built back up. Some logs as well. And that's also going to concentrate more of our beavers over here, which is an area where we want to be doing a little bit more construction. Anyway, so what we're going to do is next door to this, I want to do some storage. We don't have the science to unlock any of these larger warehouses yet, so that's why we haven't built anything here. In fact, I need to go ahead and have this one berry bush removed again. But the plan is, and has always been, for us to take the large warehouse, pop that in here, and then turn this one on top of it. Obviously, I can't place it because there's stuff in the way, and then have these doorways kiss each other, I guess is the term that we've chosen to use. So we can do that, or we can build 2 towers and have one space apart and actually have like a system of these side platforms here that the mod allows us to use. Now you can kind of see, yeah, see, there you go. I can place these pretty much anywhere on one of these buildings. We can create like a little network of these paths and these things going all over the place. That's going to be cool, and we might end up doing that, but we got quite a bit of work to do. We got to get these guys in here pumping with great urgency in getting all of the pine resin taken out of this. Probably shouldn't have cut down as many pine trees as I did. But I did it, and that's you can't really go back from that. That's just the way it goes. Our beautiful, glorious, wonderful hand of soup does not, in fact, have any soup in it. If braised cabbage could be considered a soup, which I am probably doubtful on. But I digress. To make braised cabbage, we have to have cabbage, which we do. We have to have mushrooms, which we do not. And we don't have the mushrooms because we were low on sawdust and low on water. But, you know, we're getting there. We got 2 of these mushroom growers. Both working on the fast mushroom speed. We just need to get more sawdust and, of course, water. But that's stuff that will come in time as we continue improving everything. I did also want to let you know I'd updated, at the behest of the mod creator, to the newer version of the More Crops mod. And that should have the lemonade stand unlocked, which it does. We can take our lemons, we can take water, and we can make lemonade. Which is not something I'm going to do when I have no water in the first place, but we will do that later, if I remember, so we can take care of all of that fun stuff. Just nice little update there. Speaking of lemonade, we now have these lemon trees over here. They should, being the operative term, be spreadable. And I need to unmark all these for cutting. But we're planting more pine trees here. These will not be cut. These will just be harvested for their pine resin. And then if these lemon trees feel like propagating and going all over the place, then we'll let them do that. I do need to mark the dead ones for cutting still. It's something I needed to do. But yeah, as soon as all these pine trees are planted, this forester is going to go away, and in its place, we have room to put... Which one of these is the Tapper's something or other? Tapper Shack. Yeah, this guy right here. So we'll put that in its place, probably actually move it back 1 or 2, depending on how we have stuff set up, so they can go ahead and they can tap. And we can upgrade this later on, of course, because all these triangle roof buildings have different modular upgrades that can be put on them. So that's exciting. That's good fun. I am going to go ahead, since now I have the blessing of the mod creator, I'm going to pause this irrigation lodge, so we're not just literally dumping water down the toilet here. That should help a tiny bit. And then hopefully as more and more beavers get their thirst status revoked, improved, whatever, the work can continue faster and we can have more of these plank tanks built, which they are. And we get more production going. And hopefully save ourselves from a very dry and miserable death. So, all that being said, this space right here would be a good place for some more pumps. I just have to figure out what size. Yeah, I can put 3 of these here if I just get rid of all these brambles. So I will do just that, right like so. We'll get rid of all that. I'll put 3 more pumps here. we'll be able to tuck this third one into this corner. By the time this is actually cleared, this rice will probably be ready for harvesting anyway, so I'm not going to get rid of the rice just yet. But now that we have this bridge here, we actually don't need to have this path here. I can plant more rice. It's just that right here, these will get unplanted. I will actually do that right now, so they'll just get harvested, and that'll be a-okay. Just got to keep on moving as best as we can. And we have these plank tanks, of course, that have to be built, but there's no planks or resin in them right now. Our water capacity has already jumped up to 660 because we keep improving these with all the pine resin we've gotten from this rubble, and then also right here at the tapper's flag. So small incremental improvements. Takes a little bit of time, but if you carefully set things up, you're not going to be completely screwed when you turbo boost to pastime. So, just taking a look at my notes on the other monitor here, we need to have some more farmhouses, as a couple of you, including the guy who made the mod, suggested. So I'm going to take that as good advice for sure, and we're gonna put a couple more of those in. I just have to figure out exactly where that's going to go. And then we removed the tower of the houses that we weren't going to use, so that's good. And then another thing I guess we could go ahead and discuss while we're kind of in the early stages of our recovery here is the idea of using these flag jobs as a workforce sink. So for example, in a bad tide, since we know these water pumps will be effectively useless, but I don't want to pause the buildings because it's still a house, and I need to have that space for the beavers, we could deprioritize all of this, and if we have extra flags, like say, a whole bunch of lumberjack flags or tappers flags in areas like this that we might want to clear a little bit quicker, we could just keep those paused until such a time arises that we need it, and then unpause it, and then flood the area with a whole bunch of beaver workers taking care of this stuff, and then that would solve a whole bunch of problems. I think that's a good idea. So I'm actually, since these are showing no sign of actually being constructed anytime soon, I'm gonna leave 2 there on the end, but I'm gonna come in with a lumberjack flag. 4 of those right there. And so these brambles don't grow back. I will put paths here just to save a spot for our eventual water pump adds. But the idea being, of course, that we can, actually have some space in reserve for the beavers should they end up needing that. Seems like a smart choice to me. All right, and it is past quitting time, so we will turbo speed through the night here. Take a look at our workplace to see if there's any more we can boost up in numbers while we were gone. I guess I could have the, since we have beavers that aren't working, I can turn the bad water bucketing posts back on. That's an easy one. Yeah, irrigation lodges definitely don't need to be on, so that's fine. Library I have paused for a reason. Lumberjack flags haven't all been built yet, but I don't see anything that's running except the mines. But we have so much salt, I don't think it really matters. I will bump the mines back up to full speed, and we're going to have both of those mining coal for a little bit. Because while we do have 126 of it, we need to have more if we're going to be continuing to use coal in different recipes. So let's give them a shot here. If I can figure out a good way to actually have this... Let me pause this real quick. Figure out a good way to have stuff laid out, I think... Yeah, see, if I just kind of a little more carefully use my space here, I can have this guy hold some coal, and this guy also hold coal, and now I'm going to have a ton of storage for coal, and I can have something else here. I've got iron ore. I probably should be storing a little more of that, or maybe I should start having saltpeter. That would be, maybe that's what I'll do, is I'll have... Now, this one over here can be saltpeter. That'll be a nice, easy thing to do. Yeah, because we want to make sure that we actually have all this stuff when the time comes necessary to use all of it. I don't want to be waiting for saltpeter to make, the stuff that uses that when we had beavers that were just sitting here doing nothing this entire time. All right, yeah, see, look at all this progress, and now we actually have these beavers working here because of stuff like what we were just talking about, where we have extra employment. Well, okay, there's one beaver currently working here, and it's our friend BS Vlog. Harvesting bramble flowers as well. So that's always good to have for the kimchi purposes. Library still being paused. But now our food is recovering very slowly. Water as well. Just takes a little bit of time to get there. So let's see. Yeah, I need to get... Well, actually, I can just... Since we do have... Oh, never mind. Nobody's working here anymore. I just need to get... Well, I guess just these two are fine to leave undone like that. And now we've got water capacity 930. We're getting up there. We just have to pump more, and that's the idea. So, oh, somebody got eaten by a grue. That's the occupational hazards, I suppose. Alright, this forester is now no longer necessary here because we planted all of the trees we're going to plant, at least for right now. So I'm going to go ahead, get rid of that, and I'm going to, over here, place this tapper shack. It's not going to be really usable for some time, but we'll go ahead. We'll just leave that right there. Let them in here for tapping purposes in 2 in-game weeks, I guess, more or less, to be able to take care of all of these once they've grown up. You know what? I lied. There were two there were 2 trees that aren't going to be planted. Well, you know how you solve that problem? Is the trees will propagate themselves if you have them unmarked for planting. So I will just unmark all of these except the very end so we don't spread that way or this way. And then when these are fully grown, they'll just, you know, drop little baby trees over here. That'll end up being fine. Alright, the stuff is continuing to improve over here. I think I'm going to have to... No, actually. Cool. That actually works extremely well. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off back here. We'll leave, of course, this blocked off until we have the space here to put these other things. Nice and easy like. Yep, progress is being made, folks. Let's pop this path in here so that way these berries can't intrude on our progress anymore than they already are. This needs to be removed, like we said before. Then we can get back into this corner bit here. Probably not the most efficient use of space, but it's something, right? Alright, that's all connected. Mining coal, mining coal. Now we actually have all that storage. Food continues to improve, water continues to improve, but it's day 5, and honestly, our maximum drought length is 9 days. Now we're down to, I guess it's still just 99 beavers. But that is fewer than 102 because we're not replacing them when they die or get eaten by grues. We don't have the space currently, but we will once this is put in place and I unpause the rest of these irrigation lodges. Oh, we also can't forget this is making the brain-stimulating mushrooms from bad water and sawdust. That's probably where a lot of our sawdust is going. But it's important to have these for when we actually can do more science research. I'm not going to unpause the library yet, because it requires a bunch of other stuff, including kimchi, which we're not making, or we don't have, rather, because it does take some time to ferment. But our cabbage numbers are recovering. We do have the braised cabbage as well. Things are getting better. They're not perfect yet, but they are getting better. And now we're out of water. Somebody's a little dirty. Get yourself clean, bud. You got a thing right here. Go take advantage of it. 45% here. Yeah, I can't help but think we really, really need more water, and I don't know... Like, I don't want to build a pump in an area where it's not going to be really viable to place it. But at some point, we're probably going to have to. So we have this space here that's not really that well suited to it. It's a little bit further away, but we might have to just kind of bite the bullet and do it. Take a look at what this costs to actually build. Oh, it's just logs? All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to worry about wasting the resources. See, if I place this here, I can come back later and do one here and one here. I can actually just place both of those for right now. That should be fine. This maybe isn't the best place to put these. Yeah, let's move this over so we can have some more industrial stuff here if we choose to do that. Probably actually is smart. If we move this to say, see, there's just not that many. I can't flip these either. This is a problem. This is a problem. Oh, man. Fine. Fine. I guess I'll just do this. It'll work. It'll be fine. This staircase probably also should be replaced with a smaller one, but we're not quite there. We got some work to do. We're making planks here. We got some saw blades still. This is making tools, which actually it's full. We should have stopped doing that. Metal fasteners storage. Do I even have metal fastener storage? I don't. Oh, well, that's a blunder. That is decidedly a blunder. Let's make a little... it's a warehouse item, yeah. Let's make a little storage here for the metal fasteners, just so we can keep making those. That's a huge misstep. Not have those being produced, because that is that's something we can pretty easily do. We have a lot of scrap metal. In fact, we stopped grabbing it because we had so much. Alright, I'm going to slow this down so I can have some time to think here. Hints from the mod creator suggested that the end goal of this map should be to flood this valley. Build some sort of dam structure down here so we can have a big water reservoir. We have this big plateau right here that could easily be utilized now that we have stairs. We just have to effectively make our way up said stairs. So this right here, 90%, I'm going to unplant this specific tree. And I'm going to go ahead and pre-do all of these stairs here to just kind of make our way up. Yeah, so that'll be nice and even here. The idea being we want to be able to have a big open space to do stuff like build industrial things or large farms or what have you, because this area down here is nice, but we need to be filling this with water. And we need to make sure that we're doing the best we can to actually have access to arable land, which is part of the reason the irrigation lodge exists. It'll cover a really big area, actually. I don't know if I showed it to you before, but look at this. Like, there's not even really any spots where we can have 100% utilization of this thing. But if we put that, like, maybe, I don't know, right here-ish, we could have a very, very good farm setup up here. Like, this says 84.8% utilized potential. I'm not going to put this up here right now, but when we get to that point where we can build stuff up here, I think we're going to be in a pretty good spot. This also would give us good access to this bad water up here, and we do have this little narrows right here to go ahead and let water through if we wanted to. I think we want to. But we definitely want to make our way up at some point. And there's other spots in the map too, if we can get up the side of the cliff. There's this whole nice area back here we could use too if we wanted. It all takes time. That's the chief theme here. So we'll go ahead and turbo boost through the night here. We just got to get more stuff built here. So for the time being, I will just have this connect like so. Get these guys in here. Check our water pump employment should all be prioritized. Yeah, it's just such an important job. We'll go ahead and get all of that done. Get more pumping going. We have all the storage right here, so that's fine. I guess I could build some a little bit closer, but this really isn't that far. Should be all right. Yeah, we really want to make sure we're not getting ourselves into too terrible of a spot. But I will take this off at turbo speed just so we don't get completely screwed. This has not been finished. Oh, pine resin. Yep, okay. Now, these trees should not be marked for cutting. I'm going to unmark. Yeah, I'm going to unmark these for cutting. And mark these for cutting. That should never have been cut in the first place. Well, anyway, once this tree gets cut down, we can continue going up the slopes here. We have a decent amount of logs. We've got some planks. We're working on it, getting some other stuff taken care of, but it's definitely looking a whole lot better than it was. I mean, I kind of want to build some more industrial stuff, but I don't know exactly what I could do at this exact moment in time. I've been told I'm going a little bit too quick on some of the technology stuff, but I'm just so impatient on trying to use this. This multi-purpose outdoor workspace seems really cool, but that's way down the line. In terms of metalworking, probably. I mean, the factory probably should be one of the first things we do, but there's a couple things that are locked behind. Like the pomade gears we have to make in a handicrafter's lodge, I think it is, that does that. Take a look at this. The alchemist is going to be an important thing for us to do. We have the glassware. In fact, we have everything we need to build this except the science. And once we do that, we can make tar, we can make nitroglycerin, we can make medicine. Mediocre coffee, I think is what that other one is. Or is that just regular coffee? No, it's okay, it's regular coffee. Treated plants. This is a very, very versatile and useful building. We just have to have the 100 science. And the chief problem with that is we don't have the food to sustain the quote-unquote researchers in the library with their brain-stimulating mushrooms. Enhancing whatever, the boosting mushrooms. They require those. It's not a can of Faygo, it's kimchi. Sorry for all you juggalos out there. Do they even still exist? I haven't heard about Insane Clown Posse in a really long time. Maybe that's a good thing. Anyway, berries and sunflower seeds, which we actually do kind of have. But they keep eating them, so I can't really stock the can't really stock anything in the library. They're going to eat us out of house and home. Just a whole lot of stuff that could be just a tiny, tiny, tiny bit better if we had just a little bit more production farm-wise. Just the rice takes such a long time to grow. If you lose it in a bad tide, it's really bad news. Really bad news. At least we have this. We have this staircase in. We have all this space. We probably should be planting more rice. I think I will do that, actually. They don't need a path to get to it. And they have the stairs right here, so that's good. I will go ahead and plant all this, because I know they can farm that. I'm leaving this open so I can put another path here to do another river bath. Just pop that up against the side right there. Yeah, we can have that go under the bridge too if we want. So that's good news. Are we full up on the metal fasteners? Not quite. I want to make sure we have plenty of those for when we get into other stuff. Bad water-wise, this still isn't full, so I'm assuming this is fine. Just keep these guys bailing away. We do have the option under... Is it under science? Yeah. We can make a small bad water pump if we want, but that requires 40 pine resin, and I don't have that right now. Would be a little bit faster. We also have the larger building that you could live in if you're an insane person, or a beaver, rather. Well, actually, both of these you live in. This one takes tar. And it's a levee. Well, I guess these are both levees. Anyway, the mechanic... Oh, the mechanic's lodge. That's who makes the gears. That requires 100 science. Otherwise... Oh, the paper. That's the annoying part. Because to make paper, you have to have, well, the paper mill, and that takes 250 science. And... Wait, hold on. That takes gears, too. How do you... Okay, that must be the Handicrafter's Lodge that I am forgetting about. No, that doesn't make... How am I this dumb? Somebody's got to make the gears. Huh. Alright. Well, now, how did I end up like this? One of these buildings makes gears in a very slow and terrible way. Because the paper mill has to have the gears. You know what I need to do? I need to have storage for gears down here because I know I have some in the rubble from the cart. Got 2 screw press axles. That's chestnuts, and that's more chestnuts. Where's the rest of my rubble from the cart? I know I had gears. Oh, 2. Okay. Is that really all I have is 2 gears? That could be a problem. Let's get rid of that. If I only have 2 gears. So I gotta figure out how to make those again. Well, we should have a storage for them anyway. Water is looking a lot better. We have a total capacity of 1,200 now, which is good for 6 days with 100 beavers. We do need a little bit more capacity, but we're not using all the capacity we have right now, so I guess that's fine. I also saw some people bemoaning not planting the green peas, but I can't currently use them, so no big loss. And they're going to die pretty much instantly when bad tide overwhelms them anyway. They take 10 days to grow. I don't need to be wasting any space right now to take care of that. So okay, I got my 2 gears on the ground here. Still have our fancy storage, glorious storage for the laboratory glassware and the medium cauldron. Rice is planted and growing. Right now our harvesting needs are not too great, so these farmhouses over here can handle most of it. But when the time comes, we're probably going to want a couple more. I just feel like I should be doing so much more without having the science for it. Yeah, these haven't... Oh, it spread. It propagated. It's so hard to see because the colors are very, very, very similar. But we have 2 lemon tree seedlings. That's exactly why I left this the way it was. So that's exciting. That's fun to see. How are we doing up here? No water stored up here, but we do have our gatherer flag. And we have... Oh, you know, I didn't build a lumberjack flag up here. That's why these trees haven't been cut down. It's not like we're hurting for the logs anyway, so I guess that's fine. Lots and lots and lots of opportunity to get some stuff fixed. I'm just reluctant to go too hard on this because I know we're going to be in some deep stuff if we get a bad tide and I only have 626 water. 96%. Okay, so should be today in game that this rice can get harvested, and then I can put these water pumps in here. We'll put 3 of them. Give us a little bit more room for beavers, but it'll also give us 3 more pumpers. And that will be very good. I was thinking about storage-wise maybe getting the medium tank unlocked, but I think for the overall betterment of what we've got going on, the alchemist is going to be probably the most important thing to unlock next. I just don't know. I don't remember how to make gears before we get to things that need gears. That's the frustrating part. It's like, I wish I could figure it out. Yeah, see, the rest of the stuff is just locked behind all sorts of nonsense here. Let alone any of this stuff. And like the mechanics lodge, I guess is the only thing we can actually, you know, use to make it. But it needs paper. And I can't make paper unless I have gears, because that's the paper mill. I don't see the primitive paper mill anymore. I think that was removed. Oh, I'm stupid. It's right here. Never mind. I'm actually... There's parts of my brain missing. My God, dude. All right. Apologies. Your mod is not deficient. My brain is deficient. Let's... let's just build that right there so we can make paper, so I can get the mechanics lodge. Oh, what a blunder. We've got 900 water though, which is good. Food is ticking up. I'm very uncomfortable with this little food though, because this is only a day and a half of food. Day and a half of food. I need to have at least, for me to feel comfortable, at least 10 days. I think part of the problem is we really can't make all this work at the same time. Little bits and pieces take kind of unreasonable amounts of time if you think about it, but mod's not supposed to be easy. I don't think is something that needs to be fixed. Thankfully, the pine tree's growing in to make a resin here will vastly improve so many things. They just take 2 weeks. It is what it is. Now the brain-stimulating mushrooms, I think we need more storage for them. So I'm going to go ahead and build another crappy warehouse right here to pop that in place. And we'll just have that for the mushrooms, because we really... There's no reason to stop making these. Sawdust probably could use a slightly larger repository, but at the same time, we don't have an overabundance of it. These guys just can't make it fast enough. They've got logs. It just takes 3 hours to make 12 pieces of sawdust, and it's pretty much immediately getting used. Alright, so they're going to take that rice out of the way. I guess we don't really need to be worried about it at this exact moment, because it is going to get fixed, and we do have a pretty good amount. Got a little less than 5 days of water currently for beaver consumption needs only. I realize we probably should have about 2,000, including all the things that are consuming water, especially this guy right here, the primitive paper mill, making primitive paper, because that's using sawdust and water and pine resin and logs. Not going to be a very good situation for us if we don't get that under control. But I will go ahead and put a storage for paper here just so we can have some of that when we need it, because we will definitely need it. I'm not going to turn the library back on yet because we don't have kimchi, because we keep eating it, because we can't produce enough of it, because we keep eating the cabbage. We have just a little bit of cabbage. We need to be planting a lot more. The rice storage here... Oh, this pine resin storage needs to go somewhere else. Let's... I guess over here probably would be fine. Just a little bit of a... okay, these have to be... These have to be removed. Give me one of these things. I need to cut all of these trees, these dead trees, out here. These lemon trees, now that we know they can propagate, I'm not going to be that worried about, but I'm still not going to cut them down. I just want to get these dead ones out of the way. So I can put storage here for pine resin. And then this can become the storage for the rice, because the rice balls are being made right here. That just makes sense. And then this tooth grindstone does not need to be in the center of town. That can go away. That can get moved all the way out here. Is this the entrance to... No, actually. Okay, so this now will become the tooth grindstone there. Storage for the explosives really doesn't need to be there. I don't think it really matters where it is. It just has to have somewhere to go. So that can get moved to there. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. I will go ahead and tell this to be the rice storage. If I can find the rice. Where is the rice? There it is. And then this I'm not going to demolish quite yet because we actually still need to use that. But now over here, I really can't tell. Okay, these lemon trees are very hard to see when they're dead against non-irrigated ground. But someone will come along and take care of those. As predicted, no paper because we don't have any beavers working here. But we have some more pressing needs. I need this rice to get harvested, so I'm going to turn this on harvest mode, rice paddy, harvest mode, rice paddy, just to try and get this cleared out so we can put these pumps in. Storage-wise, we definitely need to have some more water stored. So we can line right here. These plank tanks, I've got enough to build a couple, and we'll do 2 right here. That's going to help us out. Get that all taken care of. Give these guys a little bit of a closer destination for dropping water off, and increase our capacity, of course. Okay, do we have anything cleared here? It looks like we do. It's actually a pretty good amount. I just need to have somewhere to put pine resin. Of course, we haven't unlocked any of the rest of this yet. But we will in just a second. I do want to leave a little bit of space In the corners, possibly. Oh, I've got space right here. Okay, we'll do that. We'll just leave this open for right now. This can become the pine resin, which is where? I promise I'm not this dumb. There it is. All right. Oh, I paused the game. How did I do that? All right, well, it's not important. All right, we have 1,100 water. That's good. And they are starting to harvest this. So now, yeah, let's come in here with our water pump. That one will go there, that one will go there, and it's going to make it nice and easy for us to get a massive amount of storage filled very quickly. We still do have 11 vacancies, which means we need more beavers. But the food's going to be kind of a little bit more of a problem. Unless we can manage to appropriately get everything figured out here. Alright, those stairs are going to go in there. We're not going to use this immediately, so let's actually deprioritize these stairs up here. But I do want them to get built at some point, just not right this very second. Okay, that's rice left over. Why? Is it full of storage? No. Okay, so this... Okay, this can go away. This can become more cabbages. That's good. Yeah, I think we'll be fine. I think we will be just fine. Yeah, see, we're not really generating enough sawdust because we're using so much of it for the mushrooms. I got 5 of these beavers on here. Do I want to have a second one of these? I guess if this is using sawdust, it probably... bad tide approaching. Let's slow this down. Thinking at 1 billion miles an hour here. Log gnawing station. Let's go ahead. I'm going to leave... I guess I'll just put this here. That's fine. Leave a little bit of space. And then set this to sawdust only. That's paper storage piles for sawdust probably would be helpful. Oh, nope. This one can't go here. This has to be sawdust. And that has to be a path. There we go. Sometimes I know what I'm doing. Sometimes. Okay, coal numbers are looking okay. So this probably is making mountain salt. This... Oh, no, never mind. It's not making mountain salt. We just have some extra storage. Saltpeter, I'll just go ahead and switch that one over. This one can stay on coal. That's probably okay. We got bad tide coming in 3 days. So, if we're not... Oh, see, this rice isn't going to make it. Well, it might. It might, depending on how long it takes to get to 50% concentration of bad water. I think it's going to be fine. All right, let's keep the plot here. Let's not get too distracted. There is a reason I slowed this down, so I don't get too buried by bad choices here. We got 3 whole days to plan. Got 3 whole days to get this taken care of. And hopefully we'll be in a decent spot here. The food is the most alarming thing that we don't have nearly enough of. Now this is still set to rice harvesting as a priority, which right now is not really a thing. So I'm going to take off the prioritized resource. I'm going to keep it on harvesting because we want to get this cabbage. We want to get these sunflowers, and then they can start replanting those. We've got, I feel like, still a couple of good spots to do some more stuff with, but I'm kind of afraid of splitting my attention up too much. How close are these trees? Okay, 80%. Nothing left to cut here, so this is going to go away. No, I need to click on the... There we go. That's fine. Pine resin is now there. Up here is pause. I am going to unpause this once we get to that point. We have 186 brain-stimulating mushrooms. Storage is filling out quite nicely. We have a little bit of bad water as well. I don't really have a reason to pause these. Except for, you know, stuff's just really far away up here. Maybe I could put a house. Maybe I could put a little bit of living space up here. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of not that big of a deal. Contaminated beaver jail is a good thing to have. Oh, I was going to build more of those. That's definitely something I should be doing, is building more contaminated beaver jails. Can I, ooh, you know what? Let's, oh, beautiful. Absolutely glorious. Let's put this one up here. It's a pretty quick, easy build, but we want to have enough of these probably going into a potentially long bad tide. We want to be able to have enough of these where the beavers can, you know, reasonably cycle through maybe a third of the population at once. Because if the rice doesn't die until it gets to 50% bad water concentration, that means we can have beavers in here harvesting said rice, and they're probably not going to get that sick that fast if it's not 50% concentration. So we don't really need to worry about keeping them out of the bad water. We just have to have a way to treat them when they're in the bad water, which early game is going to be the contaminated beaver jail. I've been told by a trusted mod expert that the beaver washing machine is very efficient at, well, washing beaver. So we'll be building this as soon as we reasonably can. Of course, that requires a blueprint, which requires research, which requires the whole bunch of stuff, and the architect's lodge, and the copyist lodge, and the this and that and the other, and 18,000 layers of stuff to get there. But apparently, if you have this beaver washing machine set up and you have everything else in order, you can basically just let them get in the bad water whenever they want, and it's not going to be that big of a deal. Whether or not that's legitimate advice or somebody trying to bait a really funny video in which my entire colony dies, I guess we'll have to find out. But I have no reason to believe this person's not being truthful about it, so hopefully that ends up being a positive thing. 2 contaminated beaver jails over there is a good start. This space right here that we don't have anything going in, actually perfect fit to have one near housing. So with 4 of these, we'd be able to accommodate 12 contaminated beavers at once. They do heal pretty quickly, even just with this. So that should be nice. Please do not crash. Thank you, game. 82%. I guess I should have expected that. It's a 15-day deal. Let's put our last pump in here. There we go. Our storage is not quite full, but it's very, very close. It's getting there. Let's take this path out. I'm going to do a little bit more storage with plank tanks. Here and here and here and here. And then the pit tank. We actually have the ability, let's get rid of that. The pit tank we can have in the water, and it'll hold 60, and it only takes logs to build. You don't have to worry about the planks there. So good start to have these set up like so. Plenty more water storage. As far as I know, it doesn't get contaminated with bad water next to it. So I will, for the time being, have this set up just like this. Mark all these for water. You can pretty much never have too much water storage. Now, will this stay like this? Probably not. But we'll see what happens. We got plenty of stuff to do. We're starting to get more beavers now because we have all these extra, slots for beavers to live in. So maybe we don't want to get too comfy with stuff. I am going to go ahead. These brambles, I am going to clear cut them because 1, they're not domesticated. It doesn't really matter. 2, this is prime tree and food planting space, and this lumberjack barn can reach all the way down here to get brambles, and we have all these here. So if we get these taken care of, I don't know, we have pretty much no more storage for storage space for bramble flowers. I guess I need to get on that. These sunflowers probably shouldn't be here, in all honesty. I guess We'll get that figured out. I don't have anybody working here still. Oh. Okay, well, this is what we can do. This is what we can do during the bad tide, is send them to the log gnawing station to make more sawdust. They're not going to be able to do too much pumping-wise. Just need to make sure we have plenty of water. Get these guys going on that. We've got trees that can be harvested. We're actually not using all the logs we've got going, so that's I suppose, a good thing. Make good use of that. This will protect all of this. That's already protecting that. Well, if this is unpaused, it's going to protect that. I don't think we really need to be that worried about it. The bad tide can be as long as a regular tide, temperate season, whatever. So it's possible it's long enough to kill trees, unless we have them protected. The way this is set up, you know what? I'm going to unplant this entire strip here. These need to be, these sunflowers can be here, and that's fine, but I think this should be storage for the tree-related stuff, or something to that effect. Bramble flowers, we probably should have a lot of storage for those. Log storage, even, might be a good idea. I did put the tooth grindstone back in. How are we doing on here? Okay, we're looking decent. We're going to run into a problem, though, once the saturation of the bad water gets enough where they're not going to use the river bath. So I just have this one small leaky bath currently. The shower is only going to work in clean water. And I think... Oh, where did I even find... Is that irrigation? Yeah, small leaky bath. I need to be prepared to have some of these in place. And that was one of the things I was possibly thinking about putting over here. Yeah, that would save some of the trees and save these crops as well. Give a little bit of space. Yeah, that's already basically fine. Here, I'm not really that worried about it, but it's good to have enough of these where we know if we absolutely have to, we can have 3 or 4 beavers get clean at once and also irrigate stuff. Alright, so now we have rice coming in that can be harvested. I've got 118 stored, got 22 in the cooking tent. You know, I've got haulers that I'm probably not actually using if I just enable a couple of these buildings. Oh, see, this is going fast for the braised cabbage. Probably all this food stuff should be prioritized. Farmhouses as well. Yeah, so these guys can work a little more efficiently. I don't know why I didn't do this earlier, because these farmhouses already were. This one isn't. Hey, MP3. What else am I going to do here? Yeah, we got a lot going on. Gotta get that stuff taken care of. The good news is, we got 1,400 water. We have 103 beavers. 108 beavers, I'm sorry. Total. Because we have, yep. No, we have 103 beavers. I can't read. So, water-wise, technically, 7 days, if we paused all production. Do I want to pause all production? No. Will I? I probably will need to consider it. But I'm reluctant to I'm reluctant to speed through too much of this. I am afraid of doing something wrong. Tell you what, let's these berries. I mean, berries just really aren't that necessary. They are still important, but they're not really important. Not right now. Metal fasteners we're full up on. We still can store some of those crude saw blades, so I guess I could just keep making those. This is getting saltpeter, and I have 17 of it here and none of it stored here. I guess that's fine. We can keep that going. Yeah, I need to have more farms. I was going to put one, maybe 2 here, but I haven't harvested all these berries yet. Oh, and this is full because I don't have enough berry storage, I don't think. The eternal problem of berry storage. Oh, there's a sign here of Napoleon. I forgot I put that in. Oh, see, that probably needs to move somewhere else, but for right now I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, I just need to have a spot for berries to go that's going to have enough space. For right now, this is going to be storage anyway. I guess I can just put this small one here. And which one of these is berries? Berries, there it is. Yeah, let's get that going. All this water storage has been put in, which is good. We have now a total capacity of, wow, 1665. It's nothing to sneeze at. Let's get through the rest of the night here. Oh, okay, we're getting pretty close to the end of this one, but I do want to try and get some other stuff accomplished here. This can be set back to rice harvest priority. Okay, daytime, turn that back. Yeah, because the cabbages will be fine, but the rice, if we can, you know, if we can keep this harvestable until it's actually able to be harvested, in terms of the bad water coming in, then we'll be in decent shape. Because we got logs, we have mountain salt, and rice is just the killer for this. For all these rice balls. Imagine that, right? We got to get these guys harvesting this stuff. Crappy warehouse. Let's go ahead and build that. I've got like 10 builders. I don't know why I guess they're probably running around doing all sorts of building. Don't really have enough beavers to fill all the jobs. Any of these grown yet? Yes. Yes. Some of these have grown, and they're on the process of making pine resin. All right, let's take one last look at the notes here so I don't forget anything. I think we've pretty much touched on everything I wanted to in this one. Need more farms. Yeah, we're working on it. But I don't... until I have... Oh, wait, this isn't... Really? How did I do that? That would explain why. Let's get our berries accessible here. I thought this was connected. No wonder they didn't work. That's a blunder right there. Yeah, they're gonna go ahead and grab that. I'll just speed this up real quick so we can actually get that. Now the berries can go in there. Then these can all be harvested. I guess I can go ahead and put in a couple more of these gatherer flags in this area specifically, so we have the ability to actually utilize our extra beavers to get all these berries out of here. So I definitely want to get them going ASAP. We still have, the water that hasn't been stored in here. Got to get that going. Everybody is, I guess, a little bit busy. Sunflowers going in here. These, of course, will get harvested, turned into other stuff. But hey, we've got everblossoms here. Are these marked for cutting? That one isn't, is it? Nope. All right, well, now it is. That problem is solved. These guys are harvesting rice, which is very important. We have 97 rice stored, and in here I've got 3. I thought I had prioritized by haulers. That's not really encouraging, but hey, it's could be worse. The food situation continues to concern me, because I don't really have a good way to save this once we are out. Now, obviously, having the cabbage continue to grow once the things are turned back on here is going to be nice. But we're going to have to pause other stuff to prevent population explosion. And we currently are down 25 jobs. We have 25 vacancies. So that's going to be interesting to solve. I know we can keep growing the cabbage no matter what, because this will be fine. And then this little bit here will be protected by this small leaky bath once it's in place. These guys, for the time being, I suppose builders, since we have nothing going on, I can pause the pit and ladder lodges, both of those at the top, if we're going to eventually have these unpaused. But I want to get these guys going. I need the pumps to continue operating. What other kind of jobs? I guess I probably don't need 4 in each lumberjack barn. I'll tell you what I do need. I need that to go away, and I need to plant some more sunflower seeds here. How much of this is going to actually be protected? There's nothing in here. But I think, what is it, a 6 radius? Okay, so most of this will be okay. Most of that will be fine. We've got 1,500 water stored-ish. The food just continues to concern me. The mushroom grower is doing its job. That's fine. It's just once the mushrooms are grown, they have to go in here with the cabbages, and we don't really have a lot of cabbage. We do have a lot of braised cabbage stored, and we have the hand of soup, warm storage, I guess technically, because the hand of soup is what holds the warm storage. But you get where I'm going with this. Turns out we didn't need the farmhouse, the extra farmhouse. This much rice is hopefully still able to be harvested by our 2 guys here. And it will not die for at least the first day, hopefully, of the bad tide coming in. But it's about to be time here to get this all figured out. I am going to go ahead, since all of this is, I guess, just about at capacity. I'm going to pause bad water bucketing post and this mushroom grower, because we have 222 that we can't even use. So this will all be paused. That's going to be fine. I can't pause storage. You don't really need to. Yeah, this hopefully will prevent these beavers from coming up here. This really only needs to exist to save these trees. So I'm gonna leave. Okay, this can get paused right now. I'm gonna leave this paused for right now. You're gonna have to remind me in the comments to check on this next episode. But I only need to turn this on enough to reset the timer on the trees. But I think the bad water timer is much shorter, so maybe we maybe we just turn this on. Maybe we just do that. I'm gonna turn it on. That's fine. Beavers have to have somewhere to live anyway. That's fine. That's fine. We can leave the pumps on because beavers have to have somewhere to live, but we will detour them to the gatherer's flags once I deprioritize the water pumps next time. I'm just trying to make final preparations here so that nothing goes too crazy with this bad tide starts. Yeah, this is just about the end of this one. I guess we'll find out very shortly how long this bad tide is going to be and how bad we're going to be in trouble for Wednesday's episode. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this one. Oh, 2-day bad tide. Just long enough to kill all the rice. Oh, it's such a drag. Killing all the rice is really that's it, because it takes 8 days to completely regrow it. But at least the cabbages aren't going to go bad in that amount of time. So final things I will do, I will unpause that irrigation lodge and that irrigation lodge, because I already did this one. So now pretty much everybody's got somewhere to sleep. The job situation is going to be looking a little bit bleak for a while. Actually, you know what? The contamination percentage wise, I might not need to reduce the workplace priority on the water pumps. So I can just keep them going forever. Not running out of water at the end of the bad tide is really going to help us be in a good spot for the next one. Yeah, this is just brutal up here. But the good news is, we've got pine trees growing that are going to generate resin. We've got more lemon trees growing down here. We've got berry bushes over here we can plop a gatherer flag down on, and if we have to. All things considered, I think we're in a pretty good spot. So that is where we will leave it. As always, really, really appreciate you guys watching these, leaving helpful feedback, comments, posturing ideas, etc. Please do continue doing that. It really, really helps the videos out from a performance standpoint, as well as being a really enjoyable way to communicate with you and learn some new stuff. I do always read the comments, can't always respond, but I do always appreciate you. Beard boosters as well. You know who you are, you know what you do. Invaluable part of what we do here. Very, very thankful for you. But that's it for this one. We'll be back into this playthrough on Wednesday, barring some sort of schedule interruption by the release of Update 6 to Experimental. I have no idea when that's going to be. There's a small chance it could be before this video comes out. I'm recording this on Thursday. This is the Saturday video. So we'll see. Obviously, as soon as Update 6 comes to Experimental, we will be prioritizing that with great force so we can make sure we're taking care of everything the way that we're supposed to. But yeah, that's it. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Stay safe. Have fun, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.